What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Demir. I'm coming at you with another video. And when it comes to Dragon Age of the Veilguard, this game was a monumental flop and a disaster that has seen the director confirming that he is leaving BioWare. We also have the fact that EA has decided to basically gut all of BioWare's staff and left them all with only 100 workers working on Mass Effect 3. And this is all due to the monumental disaster that was Dragon Age of the Veilguard, a game that was so woke that even the gamer had to admit that it was way too woke. By the way, I also have to interject the sole fact that the person writing this was a non-binary woman who believes in all the hyper-progressive BS that's constantly shoved out there. So yeah, if they're even admitting that it's too woke, that tells you why this game failed. And because of that, BioWare's on death's door. Mass Effect better be perfect or else, well, it's all said and done. But hold up, guys. EA is coming out here to save the day, and they know exactly why Dragon Age the Veilguard failed. It's because of the lack of live service, guys. EA CEO attempts to explain away Dragon Age the Veilguard's failure, claims game didn't sell due to lack of live service elements, no mention of divisive identity politics. Because he doesn't care and he doesn't want to admit that that's the reason this whole game failed. He doesn't want to admit that it's because of the inclusion of full-fledged identity politics that could be perfectly represented right here with the inclusion of top surgery scars on your customizable character, or my personal favorite thing, pulling a barv. Now let me play this for you to explain what pulling a barv is shortly after a character misgenders someone.
Shit. They're still holding it. Sorry.
What are you doing?
Pulling a barv.
Oh. Okay.
A barv?
Tradition in the Lords of Fortune from one of our old members, Barv. Good guy, but like most of us, his plans went sideways a lot. Bad blood among your crew's not good for morale, but there's not always time for big drawn-out apologies. So when one of us screws up and we know we've screwed up, we do a quick 10 to put it right. Pulling a barv.
Yeah, when you misgender somebody, you pull a barv and do a bunch of push-ups to pay reparations for it. But yeah, those are some of the many reasons this game failed. But let's see what this guy had to say, shall we? Electronic Arts CEO Andrew Wilson has finally addressed the disaster that is Dragon Age the Veilguard, but his response was as out of touch as one might expect. Instead of acknowledging the real reason the game failed, shoddy gameplay, a narrative that betrayed the franchise's roots, and an overbearing focus on identity politics, Wilson has instead blamed the lack of live service elements for the game's commercial flop. During EA's Q3 2025 earnings conference call, Wilson lamented the company's financial struggles, pointing to the underperformance of both EA Sports FC and the Veilguard. He admitted that Veilguard engaged around 1.5 million players, a number that fell short by nearly 50% of EA's expectations. However, Wilson never actually said that it sold 1.5 million copies, just that the game engaged that many players. A critical distinction that suggests EA is playing with its numbers and leaning on subscription services to soften the blow. I could believe that, especially because I've never seen 1.5 million people actually playing this game over on SteamDB, but that's neither here nor there. Instead of confronting the real reason the Veilguard failure, Wilson is shifting the blame to supposed lack of shared world features and deeper engagement mechanics. Corporate speak for this game should have been a live service cash grab instead of a single player RPG. Yeah, that's definitely what this game needed to be. A live service cash grab of a game that you are constantly coming back to every single quarter or maybe twice a quarter to play more of this content because we're constantly shoveling out more and more slop to actually give it to you. That's definitely what this game needed. It's not like we have proof that a lot of these live service decisions are just blowing up in our faces with things like, I don't know, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, a game that fundamentally destroyed WB Gaming and at one point in time couldn't even be sold for free. Maybe that's signs that people are sick and tired of live service games. Maybe that's not really what was going on here. Maybe the reality is as followed. People were sick and tired of the nonsense that you were shoving out there and trying to act like it is a big deal, trying to impose your ideology on people and force them to accept it. Again, I cite The Gamer, in which they openly say the game was too woke. Dragon Age the Veilguard is that friend that is too woke. It was constantly shoving its nonsense deep in your face. Everybody could see it, and even the wokest of woke people had to admit that it was just too woke. That's what killed the game at a fundamental level. It was never focused in on good storytelling, good game mechanics, or anything like that. All you want to do was virtue signal and push your identity politics on everybody, and that ultimately led to the destruction of BioWare, to the point that, again, they're left with less than 100 people working there on Mass Effect 3. But hey, that's just my take. Let me get you guys' thoughts on this down in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it out, friends, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video live, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.